first thoughts from that?
It was good. The whole idea was get a lot of guys that we need to see, kind of that last audition, can they help us play winning football? So we got a lot of those guys reps, and so we'll digest the film and see what we got from them.
Anything just first take, any person that you noticed or took notice of that maybe saw something or showed something today?
I mean, Jaheim showed up again, big physical tackle down in the red zone. I think there was some good stuff up front. Young guy in Nick Fisher, he had some good production. And then I think the back end played pretty well with a bunch of young guys back there, which is great to see.
What's the idea behind giving some of the ones a little bit of a break today and looking ahead?
Yeah, we kind of looked at it. All our ones have over 250 reps in camp. So you're talking about 4 games worth of reps. The 2 live situations we had before, they were extremely well, and they did a great job tackling, so that wasn't a concern. And just the way they practice. If you practice tackling, it's all feet, body position, and strike zone. You can practice tackling every day, even when you got no pads on. They do a great job of that. So it was more, let's get them fresh, right? So when we get into Cal, they're operating at 100% fly around.
You mentioned 250 reps. Is there a certain number you like to get guys to through camp?
Yeah, it's kind of around there. It's kind of 200 to 250, and we feel good about those reps.
Young guys that have might not redshirt this year?
I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow, but I mean, there's going to be a handful, I think. Defensively, probably a couple guys in the back end, maybe a guy up front even. And so we'll see when we look at the film and kind of put everything together. That's what we'll do tomorrow.
Okay, head coaching hat. I know you don't like to talk about it, but a couple injuries. Makai Tung hasn't been practicing. Any update on him or Darius?
No update from whether the long distance, what that looks like. Yeah.
Okay. Are we expecting to be without some of those guys for week 1?
There's a good chance, yeah.
Talk about the growth in the offensive line, really since maybe before this first scrimmage till now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's been night and day. I think they continue to get better. We continue to add and get healthy up front, which is helping us get better. But now you just got veteran leadership in there with Jacob Strand joining, Tyler Morano, Van Wells, and so I think that's helped the young guys around him. A guy like Nate Elu's playing really well up front. I mean, he's the most improved for sure on the offensive line. So that we're seeing stuff like that happening, which is great to see as we get ready to head into the season.
Another injury question just about Bowers was another one that kind of got dinged up. Anything on him? Obviously saw him in the shirt, but any timetable for him potentially?
No, we'll find out on Monday about him.
And your thoughts on how the defense played today? The first 2 drives of the scrimmage came away with some turnovers.
Yeah, that was good to see. Again, young guys in the back end, able to create some turnovers and make some plays, which is huge for not only the team, right, giving the ball back to the offense, but that's kind of want to be our identity. Being fast, physical, flying around, which creates turnovers.
You guys only have a couple more weeks till Cal. What are you really looking forward to see this upcoming week before the next week after that? It's game day. It's time to get ready.
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 more practices, Monday and Tuesday, and then they got 2 days off, and then we're into Cal, and we're practicing for Cal. So it's really the consistency of, okay, Monday, Tuesday, it's got to be game tight as far as operation, movement, aiming points, everything that we got to do.
And returning to Darius, is the fear that it's something major or something long term? I mean, what else can you share on that?
That's about all I can share right now.
We're going to talk to him for the first time here in a bit, but what have you liked out of Walker Harris? What made you guys want to bring him in out of the fold, and what have you seen from this camp?
Yeah, he's just a big athlete, was number one, and adds weight and athleticism to our edges, which was an important thing for us this offseason. Not only the guys that improved their weight tremendously, but also bringing a couple guys in like Kai and Walker that have that. So he's just a really physical guy at the line of scrimmage, and that's what we liked about him.
Trent, what will be the most important focus this final week as you kind of hone in on the last week of camp and get ready for the game?
Yeah, it's really just the being an all-the-time thing, the details being all the time, not most of the time. So that's on both sides of the ball, that's the focus this next week.
Anything else?
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
See out of 2s and 3s that you liked today.
I usually start with what
maybe start with what you don't like.
There's too many penalties, just silly stuff, procedural stuff, but just, I mean, you gotta make it look like football. It didn't look like football at times, but then there's some, Callum made some great throws. We had some guys making plays out there, but the penalties will ruin a drive pretty quickly.
Yeah, good runs from Cornell too. I mean, would
Yeah,
you see
Cornell and Sala, a couple that I remember off the top of my head, but thought they ran well, ran hard. We're going to need them to do that during the season for sure.
Taz had a nice catch there on the sideline too, about midway through. Just how important do you feel like the depth for the wide receiver group is kind of showing and looking like this year?
I mean, it's critical. Good thing is, those guys are all a year older, and the experience is good. Experience in the system and experience playing in games. So, Taz, David, those kind of young pups are stepping up, and then you got guys like Eddie and Malachi and Carson Boschma that have done a really nice job all throughout camp and really consistent. Like that a lot.
No Malik today obviously opens up a lot more reps for the other quarterbacks. What did you see from that group today?
I mean, kind of like I said, there's some fantastic stuff, but we gotta. I think when they get into these situations, there's probably some nerves wanting to show us what they can do, but it's pretty critical at those points that you simplify your thought process, because it's really easy to go to a place where you're worrying about a lot of stuff that's not your job. I felt like we did that today at times, but a couple beautiful throws, good job running the system. I thought, counting a couple drives that I was pretty impressed by. It was good to see him. I was happy for him that he got that going.
Coach talked a lot about the reps that some of the first stringers have started. Just over the next couple of practices, Monday and Tuesday, how much are you going to try to give them some time off before the rest of the next week and the week after that kind of is game time getting ready for Cal?
Yeah, I mean, just you want to maybe take it a little easier physically. When you do ask them to be physical, you want to be efficient with it. It's not just a volume thing at this point. They've got the volume under their belts. It's the details and the focus and the execution of the little things that we're asking them to do. So, we'll be smart about what we're doing the next couple of weeks, but that doesn't mean it's off. It's certainly locked and loaded, detailed, and we need to keep pushing that.
With what you saw today, then the number 2 spot at quarterback, is that up for grabs, or are you pretty settled what you want to do?
I think we have a pretty good idea, of what that thing's going to look like right now.
And is that Gabarri based on his experience and what he's done so far in camp?
Yeah, I think Jabari's a player that we've got a lot of faith in, a lot of trust in. I think his highs last year were really high, and we need to just bring him up so that it's more consistent. The kid is sharp. He works hard at it. He's talented. Super excited about the ways that he can help us this season.
He made a throw in camp this week where he threw a ball over the top and hit a guy downfield in a way that kind of hadn't really seen out of him before. Is that what you're seeing as well? Is just better accuracy on some of that?
Yeah, Jabari's always been able to spin it. I mean, putting him in situations and spots where he's moving, he's at his best. I think he's an elite athlete. He's dynamic with the football in his hands, but I think to act like he's just a runner is not true. The kid can really throw the football. So I think we've all known that that's in there. Just giving him the opportunities to do it is kind of on us to get that part of it going for him.
With injuries in the receiving core, I mean, how important is it that guys like Eddie and other young guys have stepped up sort of the way they have the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's super important. I mean, the hard thing about a receiver room is once you have any injuries, that load goes on to somebody else, and you need a group of guys that are tough and can fight through stuff, because once you start dwindling a little bit, more guys have to carry the load for others. We've got a couple guys in that room that have really stepped up and been tough, been warriors through camp, so I really appreciate the way they've worked, but they've gotten better through it, and that's exciting. They're not just out there spinning their wheels, they're getting better at playing football, which credit to them and to Coach McCann for the work they're doing in there.
Over the last several years, we've seen kind of, throughout games, a couple of quarterbacks come in. We saw it last year with Gabarri and Giovanni. Year before that, I'm trying to remember, it was DJ, and I don't know why I'm blanking on whoever the quarterback. Yeah, thank you, Aiden, thank you. Is that something that's still on the table this season, or do you feel like the team's kind of going back to more that traditional, one quarterback into the entire game, and what are you kind of looking at for that?
I don't want to say, send it to Justin Wilcox and say, yeah, here's the plan. No, I think we've got plans for everything. It's always about getting your best 11 out there and figuring out who's, can help you win football games. And so whatever that looks like is what it'll look like. But I think you guys will, it'll develop over the next couple of weeks. And as we start, really diving deeper into the game plan and that'll kind of come to life a little bit more.
2 weeks until kickoff. Is this offense where you want it to be 2 weeks before kickoff?
I'm not the type of person to ever be very happy with anything. My wife doesn't like that about me, and she reminds me. No, but I like where we're at. But I'm never going to be totally, just this is great. This is exactly. So we got to get better. We got to get it better this afternoon and tomorrow. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that we can work on. Every team, every person has a upper bar and a lower bar, and you either get better by raising your upper bar or raising your lower bar. Some of the guys that we're going to play with weren't out there today, but some of the guys that we're going to count on as the year goes on were out there, and they've got to be better than they were today. So there's always ways to improve it. All right, guys.
So kind of 3 weeks into camp, our first time meeting you. I'm curious, what brought you to Corvallis? What have you liked about it so far, and what are you kind of hoping for this year?
Yeah, no, Corvallis is a great spot. I mean, once I came in here, I immediately felt the Corvallis love, I'm a big outdoorsman. I love hunting and fishing, and that was just a big drive to come here at the same time. And I mean, what Coach Bray's building here is truly amazing.
You've been able to share in that with Kai a little bit. What's it been like?
I don't know why there's this notion that Kai somehow catches more fish than me. It's just not true. It's just not true.
So you want to set the record straight?
I want to set the record straight today. I catch more fish than Kai.
Okay.
So would you say the edge rusher, though, is the best fishing position on the team?
Oh, without a doubt. Because there's these the linebackers, they think they are, but it's just not true. It's just not true. We're the best fishing.
What have you just kind of most enjoyed about being with the squad over the last couple weeks of fall camp, and just how do you feel like things are progressing as a unit altogether?
Yeah, so I mean, this summer we really took an initiative to just get really close as a team, and you don't see that nowadays with everybody taking off from the transfer portal. So we made it a priority to really get close together as a group, and we really feel each other's presence. We know what each other's are going through and how to build off that, and we just understand each other very well, and we've came together as a group very well and meshed.
How do you think the edge rushing group has improved since maybe, say, spring to now?
Without a doubt. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're not doing this, right, you're doing this. So, yeah, definitely.
Is there any particular area do you feel like you guys have improved, and can you specify what those areas maybe have been from spring to fall?
Yeah. I mean, we've definitely added some more stuff in the scheme, and that has allowed, pass rushers to get to the quarterback and allowed them. So, just stuff of that nature. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the offensive line, and that's kind of a question mark. You go up against them every single day. Talk about that, what you've seen from them.
Yeah, I think they're a good group. I mean, they get us better every day. I love Coach Cav. He's a funny guy. I'm sure you guys have talked to him. I go against, Strand and Josiah every day, and they're great guys, and they make me better as a whole.
Anything else? No.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Can you just talk about your growth from last year to this year? What do you feel like have been the biggest difference makers for you, and how do you feel like you're feeling, heading into this scrimmage and just only a couple weeks left to the start of the season?
I feel like the feeling is definitely better, where last year I was more so just in for runs and different things like that and taking the backseat to Vonnie and Ben more. Whereas now, me and Malik kind of go hand in hand with each other. Gundy knows what he wants from both of us, so we know when we're going to get in and do what we're supposed to do.
Does it help to see that progress and see that belief more with you as a passer than as a runner, and more about the areas that you can shine in that
Yeah, most definitely, because that's the quarterback position. I do like when people say I can run and I'm good on my feet, but I think I can stay in the pocket and make good passes also.
You look a lot more comfortable this year, second year in the throwing the ball. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel like I got more comfortable with just growing with the playbook and knowing it more easier, so that I know where to get the ball out of my hand and different things like that.
Was that a little bit more of a difficult transition last year, I guess, for you? I mean, you kind of get thrown in, you're transfer, you're figuring things out. Like, how much of a difference has just one off-season been with you?
It's been a big difference. I feel like being in the meeting rooms with my coach, and then now I know what he's saying when we're talking about the plays and different lingo he's using and what he wants to see from this play compared to a different play. So it's just been better for me all around to have time to grow.
What has Coach Langsdorff brought to your room?
Oh, one of the best additions to our room, I feel like, because he has a lot of knowledge, and it's easy for he sits right next to me in meetings, so it's like easy for us to communicate real quick about stuff. So he's definitely helped me a lot since he's been here with just pass protection and different things like that that I wasn't too big on. He's helped me a lot.
How has yours and Malik's relationship maybe grown from the time he came here and to now, obviously, 2 full weeks in the fall camp at this point?
I would honestly say our relationship, we clicked right when he got here, like, because I had seen him at camps and we played each other in 7-on-7 when I was in 7th grade. So I had already knew him, and then just getting to be around him every day and see his vibe. He's a fun person. He's always loud and energetic, and I feel like I match him at times. I'm more on the chill side than him, but we both, get to practice, get to dancing, screaming, doing a lot. So it's fun.
Who won those 7-on-7 matchups?
I beat him,
Okay.
but we only played one time. But he's beat my program more times, but when me and him played, we won.
Do you remind him of that?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Anything else?
No.
Thanks, Bray.
Thanks, Roy.
Thank